Hello, Martin Jobson here. The MotoGP world is in an uproar after Francesco Bagnaia reflected on what could have been a thrilling last-lap showdown at the German Grand Prix if not for Jorge Martin's crash on the penultimate lap. The race at the Sachsenring saw Premax Martin start from pole position and regain the lead from Bagnaia on lap 7, maintaining a comfortable gap as the race progressed. Hey MotoGP fans, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest action. Be sure to watch until the end for some exciting highlights. Bagnaia, who had strategically dropped to third place early on to conserve his rear tyre, believed this tactic would have given him an advantage in the final laps. His strategy hinged on preserving tyre life, anticipating that it would allow him to mount a strong challenge as the race neared its end. However, this calculated approach also cost him some time, particularly when he was behind Franco Morbidelli, who along with Martin had overtaken him earlier in the race. Despite trailing Martin by more than a second after overtaking Morbidelli, Bagnaia began to close the gap, inching closer with each lap. His calculated push in the later stages highlighted his meticulous tyre management and racecraft. Unfortunately, the anticipated battle for the win was cut short when Martin made a critical error under braking at turn 1 on lap 29, crashing out of the race. At the time of the crash, Martin had a lead of approximately 0.6 seconds. Bagnaia's sixth victory of the season came without the climactic duel he had anticipated, but it nonetheless showcased his strategic acumen and consistency. His post-race reflections underscored his belief that the race could have culminated in a spectacular battle, enhancing the thrill for both competitors and spectators alike. The Italian rider expressed satisfaction with his performance, noting that the victory was a perfect way to enter the summer break, especially as it marked his fourth consecutive win on a Sunday. The championship narrative has shifted significantly over the past 2 months. Bagnaia, who faced a 39-point deficit to Martin following his crash in the Catalan GP sprint, has since turned the tables with 4 consecutive Grand Prix victories. This remarkable turnaround has not only erased the deficit but also propelled him to a 10-point lead in the standings heading into the summer break, reflecting a swing of 49 points in a relatively short period. Despite Martin's apparent vulnerability under pressure, Bagnaia remains cautious about declaring a decisive turning point in the championship. He acknowledges that, while his recent performances have been stellar, the championship battle is far from over. With only a 10-point lead and many races left in the season, Bagnaia emphasizes the need to maintain focus and consistency. His outlook reflects a deep understanding of the unpredictable nature of MotoGP, where fortunes can change rapidly. Jorge Martin's continued struggle with crashes in the 2024 MotoGP season reached a critical point at the German Grand Prix, where he relinquished the championship lead to Francesco Bagnaia after another untimely fall. The Pramac rider, who had been vying for his third Sunday victory of the season at the Sachsenring, saw his hopes dashed as he lost control of his Ducati at turn 1 on the penultimate lap, ending his race in the gravel. This incident marks Martin's third significant crash of the year, following similar mishaps in Jerez and the Italian GP sprint. Each time, Martin has been in a promising position only to see his efforts unravel due to errors that he finds increasingly hard to explain. His inability to pinpoint whether these crashes stem from his riding style or a mental lapse is a cause for concern, particularly as they threaten to derail his championship aspirations. In Germany, Martin had started from pole position and quickly established himself as a front-runner. Although he initially ceded the lead to Bagnaia at the end of lap 2, he managed to reclaim it on lap 7 and maintained a clear advantage until his fateful mistake on lap 29. The crash not only handed Bagnaia a surprising victory but also a 10-point lead in the standings, with a 3-week summer break before the British GP. Reflecting on the incident, Martin admitted his frustration and the need for introspection. He acknowledged that the crashes at Jerez, Mugello and now Sachsenring shared similarities that he must understand and address. Despite feeling in control of the race pace, particularly noting Bagnaia's struggles on the right-hand corners, the unexpected crash has forced Martin to reconsider his approach. The pattern of errors is not new for Martin. A similar crash during the critical stages of last year's Indonesian Grand Prix contributed significantly to his losing the championship to Bagnaia. This recurring issue underscores a crucial learning opportunity for the 26-year-old Spaniard. As he stated, "It's a really important day in my career because it's time to learn from this." Martin's determination to analyze and rectify his mistakes is evident. He expressed a commitment to understanding the root cause, whether it lies in his riding technique or mental approach. His acknowledgement of the crashes as significant errors without making excuses reflects a mature perspective, essential for any top-tier rider aiming to challenge for the championship. Despite the setback, Martin's performance over the weekend was commendable. He set a new lap record in qualifying to secure pole position and showcased his racing prowess by out-dueling Bagnaia in the Saturday sprint. These achievements highlight his potential and the difficulty competitors face when Martin is at his best. Looking ahead, Martin issued a warning to his rivals, asserting that reducing his mistakes would make him an even more formidable contender in the second half of the season. His confidence remains unshaken, as he emphasized that a single incident does not define his abilities. "I wasn't the king of the paddock 2 laps before, and I'm not the worst one now," he remarked, underscoring the fine margins that separate success from failure in MotoGP. As the championship battle resumes after the summer break, Martin's journey will be closely watched. His ability to learn from these setbacks and refine his approach will be critical in determining whether he can mount a successful challenge against Bagnaia and reclaim the points lead. The Sachsenring crash, while painful, could serve as a pivotal moment in Martin's career, propelling him toward greater resilience and strategic acumen in his pursuit of the 2024 MotoGP title. In the coming months, the MotoGP races are set to become even more thrilling, especially given the dynamic between Francesco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin. Based on their recent performances, it's clear that the rivalry between these two riders will continue to intensify. Bagnaia has demonstrated exceptional race management and strategy, as seen in the German Grand Prix, while Martin needs to learn from his mistakes to remain a strong contender. Bagnaia, who now leads the standings by 10 points, has shown that he possesses the right combination of speed, race intelligence, and mental resilience. His ability to manage tyre usage and maintain consistent performance under pressure will be key to his continued success. This strategic approach, combined with his current form, makes him a formidable force in the championship race. On the other hand, Martin's struggle with crashes this season has been a significant setback. His latest crash at the Sachsenring while leading the race highlights a pattern that he must address. If Martin can identify and rectify the underlying issues, whether they stem from his riding style or mental focus, he can turn his fortunes around. His acknowledgement of these crashes as critical errors without making excuses is a mature perspective that bodes well for his future. As we head into the summer break, Martin's ability to analyze and learn from these incidents will be crucial. He has already demonstrated his potential by setting lap records and showcasing his racing prowess. But consistency will be the key to challenging Bagnaia for the title. The Sachsenring crash, painful as it was, could serve as a turning point for Martin, pushing him to develop greater resilience and strategic acumen. For Bagnaia, maintaining his current form and avoiding complacency will be essential. The championship battle is far from over, and he understands the unpredictable nature of MotoGP. His cautious optimism reflects a deep understanding of the sport's challenges, and his focus will be on maintaining consistency and capitalizing on any opportunities that arise. Looking ahead, fans can expect a closely fought battle between these two talented riders. The remainder of the season will likely see both Bagnaia and Martin pushing each other to their limits, with each race providing new twists and turns. Bagnaia's strategic mastery and Martin's raw speed and determination will create a captivating narrative as they vie for the championship. In summary, the championship race between Bagnaia and Martin is poised to be one of the most exciting in recent MotoGP history. Both riders have shown they have what it takes to be champions, and their contrasting strengths and weaknesses will make for a compelling battle. As the season progresses, the focus will be on who can maintain their form and handle the pressure best, ultimately determining who will come out on top in the quest for the 2024 MotoGP title. Keep warming up your engines. See you at the next race.